Ladies and gentlemen, it is once again breakout time, but this time it's Judgment Day. On December 7th, 2024, we're going to be going right back to Georgia for this amazing event headlined by Leslie Gomez versus Intrepid for the Breakout Boxing Titan weight title. But right underneath that, we have the co-main event of the evening for the Breakout middleweight title. And this fight, we have Breakout versus CQIF. First off, we have Augustin, who was last seen on CQIF 1, and he defeated Trey Ingram in the first ever small creator MMA fight. He is 0-1 in boxing, but 1-0 in the cage. But right across from him is a veteran of the scene. Last seen on Breakout 03, Typloosion defeated Chappell in the first ever US versus UK small creator fight. He is the originator of small creator boxing. He is 5-2 with 2 KOs in boxing. Today is their digital face-to-face.
That's right.
Gentlemen, how are we doing?
I'll let him go first.
I'm doing well. I feel great. Thank you, Pat. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, feeling good. Really the best I've ever felt in my life. So super motivated by this fight. And, you know, that's what I need to work hard. So here we are.
Patrick, how about you?
Waffle.
How are you feeling,
Pat? How
Pat?
it is today. We're feeling like a Bronchiosaurus. We're feeling like a T-fucking-Rex, baby. Pat Typhlosion, 5-2 with 2 stoppages, baby. Here for my toughest fight yet. Someone who has wanted this fight for a long time. He said that he was in the best shape of his life. I am in the best shape of my life. 12 pounds down after 04. We're coming for a fantastic stoppage or a clean out decision. I'm telling you right now, Pat Typhlosion is always ready for action, baby. When you get me,
I mean, you say you're in shape, you say you're in shape. You certainly are in shape. That's for sure. But no, I think it's going to be clear when we get in there that who's in better shape.
I think it will.
I mean,
yeah, me. I'm in better shape. I know I'm in better shape, Augustin. Because I know you're in an MMA fight. Okay, let's take it back for a second. Okay, being in an MMA cage requires a mass amount of cardio. He fought for theoretically 15 minutes total. So you need to be ready for 15 minutes. My longest fight recently has been total about maybe 10 minutes with the breaks included. However, I fought Trey Ingram for 6 rounds. No, I'm sorry, not 6 rounds. 7 rounds with the sudden death round, and I took the crossover sparring championship when he was the best, when he was on the top of his game. You defeated him after he got knocked out by Leslie Gomez. Got finished by Dennis Bell, not in that order.
And he didn't get knocked out by Leslie.
Pineda. So I fought the best.
He didn't get knocked out by Leslie.
I have the cardio.
It's funny, Leslie didn't knock him out and he had 100 pounds on him. How did Leslie not knock him out and he had 100 pounds on him?
He got stopped.
And by the way, why did
stopped.
Trey take you to decision? I put him out in his own sport.
Because he is naturally bigger than me. Trey was naturally bigger than me, and he was naturally more up here, okay? Trey tried.
He was naturally bigger than me, too. I had to gain weight for the fight.
That we had. It's a fact.
I'm a natural 170 pounder. And I got in there with him who's, walks around 190 to 200. So I know what it's like to get in there and be the smaller guy. I had to bulk up for Trey. And I finished him in his own sport.
You were bigger in size than Trey, though.
Maybe my stomach. No, but not my arms.
Height-wise, everything
much stronger.
Like that. All right, boys. You're 6 foot. So by definition,
speaking of heights, bro, how am I 6 foot? And you're like, okay, I'll give you 5'6". I'll be nice. 5'6", and we're going to be the same weight. I mean, does that not tell you who's going to be in better shape? You should be you're a natural 140 pounder, but you haven't actually made the adjustment.
I'm going to be so trim come the fight day.
Right.
Let's let Waffle.
How are you 5'6" and you're going to be fighting 165?
Face to face.
You should be walking around at 165. You should be walking around at 165 and cutting to 150, 145. I mean, dude, you're 5'6". So if we're going to talk about who's in better shape, I mean, we can have that conversation.
I saw you definitely have that conversation. Before, though. Hold on, Waffle.
We can definitely.
I saw you at 170 before Waffle. No, before Augustin. You're cutting me off, Waffle. I saw you at 170. You look really fucking skinny, bro. I'm gonna be built.
I look good, don't I?
I'm carrying muscle. You'll see. We'll let Waffle talk about it, but we'll see.
Dude.
All right, let's
We'll
get into
see.
the meat and potatoes, boys. Obviously, I love the back and forth, but I got some questions for you fellas. So I'm gonna start off with Patrick because we're talking about like back in the day. You started this scene in a way. I will say you're a veteran in the small creator scene with 7 fights in total.
Yes, I am.
Obviously, this is your eighth fight coming up. Do you feel like you still have the same passion that you did at the beginning of the scene to now?
Absolutely. The passion changes and it grows. Like, obviously, sometimes the hard work is hard, but it always pays off. You know what I mean? And I think that Augustin could probably relate to that as well. We have been putting together events, me and Lesra, for 5 times now. He went over and did Sword 7. Obviously, I fought on it the first time and helped out the second time. The scene is ever growing. There's new competition that's rising. That makes me more passionate to get back in the ring, and also not get in the ring, to get in the booth and do whatever I need to do as the Breakout CEO and a leader of the scene. Augustin has talked extensively about how my time is up. However, my time is just getting started. However, that does not mean that Augustin...
Look, can I say something? Look, so a lot of veterans, they like to say this. They like to say, look, this is just the beginning. This is what every old veteran says when they're getting to the end of their run. This is going to be your 8th fight, which is probably the most amount of fights anyone's had in the scene. You're getting to the end of your run, and there's a new generation that's going to step up, man.
No, that's
the
incorrect.
new generation of SCB fighters are bigger, stronger, and faster.
Yeah,
and it's going to catch up to you, and the new guard will take over the old guard, just like it does in every industry, every sport. You get to the end of your run, and then
listen,
you
Augustin,
pass the torch.
Stop.
And every veteran, look, I understand. Every veteran feels the way you do. They're like, this is just the beginning. You just said it. This is just the beginning. That's delusional. You've been doing this how many years?
It is just the beginning.
It's not the beginning.
We are both young. How old are you? Like 21?
That's what every veteran says when they're at the end of their run.
I'm not 35 years old, Augustin. I'm 23 years old. I'm going to be 24 next month. I'm just getting into my athletic prime. What are we talking about? Your career is just starting.
You've done enough.
My career is just starting.
You've done enough. It's time to realize.
I haven't done enough.
It's time to pass the torch.
You'll see
it's time to realize. Don't downplay what you've done. You've done amazing things for the scene. You started the scene.
Don't cut me off. Let me finish. It's time I have done amazing things for the scene, and I will continue to do amazing things for this scene, as will you. But you are not going to be the one to finish me. The one who finishes me is me. Father Time, and Father Time isn't catching up to me until I say it fucking does. Okay? So I'm going to keep fighting. After you, I'm going to become the Breakout middleweight.
You know what's going to finish you?
You
know what's going to finish you is a lack of self-awareness. It's going to be a lack of self-awearness that finishes you.
We'll get into
the old guard is going to change.
It may
the new guard is
going
to take over.
Let's get into this real quick because
the new SCB fighters are bigger, stronger, and faster.
And I will fight them, and I will defeat them.
Augustin, let's get into this real quick.
And that's how it's supposed to be.
I'm not going to lose
when the
to you.
New guard takes
over.
You
won't last with those people, but I will. I have. Fellas. You haven't.
Fellas,
it's already written, man. It's already written.
Let's bring it back, boys. Let's bring it back. All right, Augustin, I want to get to you because you're talking about the old guys, the new guys, stuff like that. You're a new guy in the scene, and you made your debut into combat sports about a year ago, and you've built up your name to the point where you get to not only compete against Patrick, but you also get to contend for the Breakout middleweight title. How does it feel to be in this position in comparison to what you were a year ago, whenever people didn't know who Augustin Siel was, whenever people didn't know what CQIF is?
Well, thank you for asking me that. I really appreciate that. And look, I knew I would be here. People who get to positions like this, they knew it in the beginning. And I knew it all along that I was going to be here. I knew it wasn't going to be the next day, the next month, but I was going to get here eventually. And I've been dreaming of this moment for over a year. And I'm ready.
All right. And, there's been a lot of talk from your side of the things, Augustin. You've been saying things, going after past previous opponents. going after his training partners, asking them for the predictions. And you're also claiming that you're going to take over the small creator scene by taking out Patrick and Breakout together. Where does your confidence stem from to be able to say what you are putting out?
Well, my confidence comes from my preparation, So when I am nervous, I know that I didn't prepare enough, but I don't feel a lick of nerves. Dude, I have trained for a year for this fight, and everything I've put out, every pawn that I've moved, every single little scheme, dude, everything has led to this. And, I'm honestly starting to feel sorry at this point for Patrick. And, I know he's going to keep doing great things in the scene, but this is the peak. This is the peak. And this is where, the fall starts. Every empire falls, and Breakout is Rome right now.
Augustin, you have this whole plan, and you have this whole prophecy, and you had this in your brain, but it is misconstrued, my friend, because you want to know why? It doesn't have in the prophecy that you're going to fucking lose to me. You're going to lose to me. I don't care how hard you worked. I don't care. I've worked harder. I don't care how much spirit you have. I have more of it, which is why I have taken this
You've worked
fight
harder
more
at surrounding
seriously.
yourself
No,
with
I
yes
have
men
taken
that
this
tell
fight
you
more
what you want to
seriously
hear.
than ever before, and you will see December 7th. You want to cut me off?
That's what
This
you
is
say
my
every
show.
time, and then
You
you
want to
look the
cut me
same.
off? This is
That's
my
what you
show.
say
I
every
will
time, and
talk
then
when
you look
I
exactly
please.
the same.
This is
And then
my
after the fight,
show.
you
I
say, "Oh,
shall
I
talk
didn't really
when I
train."
please. I'm telling you right now, Augustin, you can talk about all this jargon about this, that, and the third, but you're running into me. You're
You say
fighting
the same
me.
thing
I
every
am a
time that
different
you've
animal.
trained
I am a
harder than
different
ever,
beast.
and that you're coming out, you're gonna put on a show, and then you look the same as before. You look the same every time, but you say every time
Well, that's
in advance
because
to
they
your
come
fight
into my
that
game.
you've
When
changed
Chapel
everything
says
up.
he's gonna
Now
box
you
me
found
and
the
then
secret
brawls
formula.
me, he
Yeah?
comes into my game. I'm gonna beat you in boxing. I'm gonna beat you in brawling. I am the better fighter. I am going to win that way. That is how it's gonna happen. You have this whole prophecy. You went on for 5 minutes. I've worked for this for such a long time, and you have. I will give
I
you
was
that.
asked the
But I
question.
have worked 10 times harder to build the ground that you stand on, and I'm gonna continue to build the ground that you stand on without your jurisdiction or without your say, because I did so beforehand. Okay, I brought you here,
I would do a
and so I
great
will
job with
finish
it.
you.
I would do a great job with it. I promise. When it's in my hands, once I snatch it from you, I'll do a great job.
How can
Don't
you
worry.
snatch it from me when you do not have the capabilities to do, my friend?
How can I snatch it from you? Because you were foolish enough to give me the opportunity. And in 44 days, I'm going to take full
Foolish.
advantage of it.
Foolish
You
of me
understand
giving
that?
yourself the opportunity. Well, I think it's foolish that you keep underestimating me, my friend. I've said two things in this build-up, that you're a phony and that you're a real fighter. Why would I say both? Because I believe that you're a real fighter and you take it seriously in the gym, but I know what you say is not the truth. I know that you are a humble and respectful spirit this down. You are not this big bad wolf. You are not this big bad heel. Me and you are cut from the same cloth. And I think you know what I'm saying when I say that. We don't have to put it out there for the people. However, I'm going to prove to you that I am better in every area. And one day, Augustin, maybe you will be the top of this scene. But it is going to be long after I'm gone, and long after this fight, and long after I have become the breakout middleweight champion. You cannot stop that from happening. Whatever prophecy it
This
is,
is
I'll
what
fucking
every
break it.
veteran says at
Whatever
the end of their
prophecy.
run.
I'm not
It's
a
just the beginning,
veteran.
right?
If I'm a
It's
vet,
just the
dude, pull
beginning.
my fucking.
Yeah?
I'm bringing down the hammer.
This is your
I'm
eighth
not a
fight.
veteran. I'm not a
This is your
veteran.
eighth
Dude,
fight,
how
Pat.
am I a veteran? I'm 23 years old. You're younger than me. You're like a year younger than
You
me.
started this scene, man. You
At
started this scene
fucking
and you're going to
18
pass
years
it to
All
old,
me.
right.
19
And this
years
is
old.
how
We
you
have to
sound
let.
like
Okay,
every
okay,
other
stop.
veteran at
What?
the end of their run.
Shut up. We gotta let Waffle speak, bro. We've been cutting him off. That's disrespectful. Okay, don't
It's
disrespect
no,
Waffle.
it's okay. It's okay. You guys are going back and forth. I love it. No, it's chill. Patrick, I just want to know. Obviously, he has said a lot on Twitter. He's made comics. He's done this thing, that thing on Twitter. Said this thing, put out that tweet, whatever. What are your response to many of the words and actions that Augustin has been throwing your way, especially whenever it comes to talking about taking your throne and taking you down along with Breakout?
Listen, I got a question for Augustin. how is he going to go on all this jargon about how CQIF is better, this, that, and the third, when we're the ones saving you, okay? CQIF got canceled because of a fucking hurricane. God fucking bless. And we saved that fight. Garza and Alex. But you never thanked me. You thanked Lesra when we run this together, okay? Then I'm fighting you.
Yeah,
okay?
but
I
when
gave
we
you a
think of a
chance.
matchmakers, people don't really think of you when they think of the head matchmaker, the puppet master. You're not really the puppet master and things. That's Lesra. He does the dirty
Me and
work. You know,
Lesra
you're more
work
of the
together, my
teddy
friend. You
bear
would not
face of the company.
understand that
You know,
because you do not have
you're the
your own
mascot
business.
that they throw in the
You
front of
do
the
not
building. You're
have
the
your own
mascot they
business. You
throw in the
are an
front of the building to get
employee
people to
of
walk in, you
Vigilant
know.
MMA.
They put
I
that
own
guy in a
Breakout
costume,
Boxing.
a little
You do
costume
not
to get people to
own
walk into a
Vigilant
business.
MMA.
That's you.
I own Breakout Boxing. You don't own Vigilant MMA.
You're the Liberty Mutual fucking mascot, bro. You get people to walk into the building.
You
You're the
did
teddy
not
bear
just say
face
that,
of it.
bro. Out of every mascot that you could have fucking brought up, you brought up the Liberty Mutual mascot. No, I'm serious. You fucking brought that shit up. You know my past. You know my past. I fucking hate that jingle, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you for that, bro. I'm actually no. You think I'm being serious, bro? I'm being serious, bro.
Wait, so you're
I
not?
saved your main event fight from CQIF. I saved you. You're trying to build Breakout with me because you believe in it and you believe in what I'm doing. And you know that I'm going to carry on and can keep doing what I'm doing after I beat you. So I don't
Speaking
care
of
what you
belief,
say. He said okay, hold
Rescheduling a
on.
fight
He
because of
said
a
so much
hurricane
shit
is
about my
not
company.
not
He
cool.
has said so much shit about my friends. He said so much shit about Ant. He wants to bait everybody into getting everybody in this whole buildup. When in reality, everybody sees through it. I've seen through it
It's
since day
not
one.
bait. It's
I've been
asking him,
speaking from
you
the
know,
heart. He's been speaking
who do you
from this
predict?
script.
If he sees it as bait, that's already tell. That's a tell right there.
No, because you know,
What's
because Ant's not
stopping
a
him?
fucking idiot.
What is
And
stopping
neither is
Ant
anyone
Mills
in the
from
breakout
endorsing
audience.
you? What's stopping him
Breakout
from
people are
tweeting
not
right now?
stupid,
Pat's
Augustin.
gonna
We
fuck him
see
up.
this from a mile away. You cannot fool me. I am not fooled. You're trying to make me believe all this crap, but I will not.
Why is he not coming out and saying you're gonna win? Genuinely.
Speaking of the word believe, I want to get into this. Patrick, obviously back in the day, you had a fight against a Mr. Trey Ingram.
Yes.
The same guy that Augustin has fought in his MMA debut.
Mm-hmm.
Both of you have fought the same person, but in different sports.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make of that Augustin and Trey Ingram match? And what do you believe was like, what did you make of that, I would say?
I didn't think it was terrible. Obviously, Trey Ingram, every time he goes into a fucking fight after we fought, he fucking loses. So obviously, Augustin was gonna find some way to win, and I'll give it to him. He beat Trey Ingram, okay? But he didn't beat Trey Ingram in boxing. I beat Trey Ingram in boxing when he was naturally
because it would have been a
when he was naturally stronger than me. When I went into his home turf and beat him, I went into his home turf and beat him. People want to say like, oh, it was Texas.
I did.
He was an hour away.
Excuse me.
His hometown.
Let me clarify something. I pretty much just did the same thing. He took a bus to get to the arena. I took 2 fucking airplanes. All right. I came from the west.
I took an airplane and a 3-hour Uber ride. Did you take
that's what I'm saying.
Uber ride? No, you didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I basically
and if I didn't
right
do
in
that,
his
you wouldn't
backyard
be
too.
here.
And I was the smaller guy as well. I came in at 183. I didn't even make weight. He came in 185.9.
Why are you bragging about
fucking
that?
Barely. And I made like 183.
Wait, why brag about that?
No, because I'm saying you're trying to say, oh, I was the smaller guy. I was the smaller guy as well, my friend. In strength and in pounds, he literally weighed more than me. So like, what are you talking about?
I wanna get into this real quick. Obviously, because you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Are you okay? Is Pat okay? He just froze up is he all right?
I think I don't know.
Can we check on Pat?
Let me.
Are we all right?
August.
Okay.
I'm fine. You keep going. He's asking you a question.
Augustin, I wanted to ask you the same question, but obviously in reverse. What did you think of Pat and Trey's 7-round war that they had back in the day? Last performance against Chapel in February. What did you make of those?
Well, on the first question, with the Trey fight, I would say just the fact that it went to decision is shameful. That's pretty much all I have to say on that.
That's horse crap.
But you know, in the for the Chapel fight, it was a good performance. You know, when you're fighting a debutante, you know, and you're 4-2, fighting someone who's never been in there before. You did great. Yeah, you know, fighting a
Chapel
total
fought
tomato
someone.
can that
Hold
I
hold
could,
on.
I
Objection!
think I could actually have
Objection! You do not understand. You do not understand.
tomato can. That's what you
Chapel had a
fought.
fight. Chapel had a fight. He fought Callum Kelly.
Is this
I
Chapel?
exposed his weakness again. Every man has a weakness, and so do you. And I will expose it. People exposed my weaknesses, but I fought through it and still won anyway. You can't say the same, okay? You cannot say the same, all right? People refer to
Tomato
me.
cans.
You bring up diced
That's your
tomatoes,
record.
my
Tomato
friend. People are
cans.
not calling me diced tomatoes. People are calling me the breakout CEO, while people at your own promotion are calling you Wiener. That is your nickname that people gave you at Vigilant. Wiener.
Yeah, one person
Wiener.
did. But I mean, do you want to add any context to that? You know, he kind of hates me, you know. And
Rightfully so.
I mean, it's funny. He got a lashing for that. I can't even begin to express how fucked he was because of those comments he made on our stream. So when you watch CQIF2 on February 2nd, 2025, James is not going to be that brash cunt that he was 2 months ago. He's had a talking to. He's had a good whooping. He's going to shut the fuck up next time.
Did you talk to him?
You hear me?
Did you talk to him?
No, I didn't even have to talk to him. No, I didn't talk to him. Dude, hey, brother. We'll talk.
Speaking of that man who was on commentary to call you Wiener, he was on commentary for your first ever boxing match against Julian De La Rosa. Now, obviously, you had some preparation going into that. What does the preparation look like in comparison to the Pat fight, in comparison to your previous fight? I asked that question so bad, but you get what I'm saying. What's different in camp?
No, you're good. Let me first address something as well. So Juice James, when he commentated my first fight against Julian De La Rosa, he talked shit the whole time. That's fine. Called me the wiener, whatever. Okay? It's just me that you're affecting. But when you come on and you talk shit to my fighters when they're going out on their walkouts, when they're going in there risking their fucking lives, you're going to hear from me about it. So that's one thing. And on your next question, how's my preparation different again for my fight with Julian De La Rosa and this one? I would say that for the Julian De La Rosa fight, I didn't fight people who were specifically his caliber, or not even his caliber, but his physical stature. You know, I should have been fighting guys a bit taller and a bit longer. But the thing with amateur boxing is you don't know the guy's stats before you get there. You know, I didn't think I'd get there and see a 6'2", 80-inch reach individual, you know, with an entire team around him with fucking jackets on with his fucking last name. And it was just me, you know. And so my preparation's a lot different this time. I've got a lot more fucking money. And, you know, I've been training a lot better and eating right. And, dude, you know, I just feel in the best shape of my life and the most confident in a ring than I've ever felt.
Patrick, again, you've had 7 fights and you're currently on a 3-fight win streak. What are you doing differently in camp now that directly contrasts what you're doing now?
So obviously, Augustin Siel is expecting me to come in one of two ways. He's expecting me to come in completely like my other fights, which I completely trained for something differently for the Chapel fight. But when Chapel doesn't do what I prepared him to do and does exactly what I do in every fight, I'm just going to bring it back to him. So I've just been sharpening up the same tools that I did before, because although I do think the Chapel fight was a great performance, I don't think I got to show the things that I worked on in camp for. Like, it's easy to revert back to like what you got in the toolbox when someone throws something at you that you didn't expect. Like, we prepared, like when I was under a camp with Jose, like, and I worked with Ran and Ant, we specifically worked on things that Augustin is doing now, okay? Whether he likes to admit it or not, I'm fighting someone the exact same size and height as the Chapel fight. However, Augustin's going to be more game.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Shut
then.
up.
If you don't mind
Augustin's
me
going to be
interrupting,
more
let me
game
ask you
to
a
be in the
question.
pocket, and he's going to be more game
how
with
are
the
you
shots.
preparing differently for this fight compared to your fight with Pepper Poppy? How are you preparing differently for this fight compared to your fight with Pepper Poppy?
I'm preparing differently for this fight because my dad is not in the hospital. My mother's not having a crazy breakdown. My brother is not having a ton of issues. You know what I mean? My dad fell off a roof for that fight, and obviously it limited my ability to train for the first couple of months. You know what I mean? And obviously it sucked. But the last month of the camp, I really only tried to do was dirty bulk so I could make the weight. It was a cruiserweight fight. I fought someone way bigger than me and way stronger than me by like a mile, like 2 weight classes above. Like Pepper
You're
Poppy
about
is
to do it
very,
again.
very strong. Pepper Poppy is very, very strong. Okay. So I had to know that, and I had to do that, and I had to prepare for that for this fight. You know what I mean? It's important that I did that. Okay. So for this fight, okay, for you, all right, I've decided to completely change up the game. Okay. I'm actually training like a fucking boxer. I have an actual diet, and I did that for a previous camps before. However, I'm capitalizing off my mistakes and I'm improving on the stuff that I do good at. Okay, with Chapel and Augustin being a similar build, but Augustin coming in a little
Bro,
more
is
game,
your
a
name
little bit
Taco
more with the
Gamer? Because
strength.
you're waffling right now, bro.
No, I'm not waffling.
Jeez.
You and him are the same size. You guys are both 6 foot. You guys
Can we
both
get to
have
the
some of
next
the
question?
same
Dude,
weaknesses and the
7
same
minutes so
strengths, and I
far.
will expose that. You can say whatever you want, but I know what I'm talking about. I've been through 7 boxing matches. You are the MMA fighter. That's great, okay? You're doing this one last boxing
You've been through
match
7 tomato cans.
to go off this career, okay? But I'm gonna be 6-2 after I win, okay? And I'm gonna be the breakout middleweight champion. All right. And also, I had to waffle because you fucking just went off somewhere during the face to face. You had to leave for a second. I don't know if you were getting a call or
It
whatever,
disconnected.
but
I
I
don't know
have
what
to
happened.
carry it.
Speaking of 7, obviously this fight is happening on December 7th, and we have a couple more questions left. Augustin, if you are successful on December 7th and you have that middleweight strap, what is next, or who is next?
Well, what's next is I toss it in the nearest waste bin. That's what I'm gonna do with it because it's a useless fuck all piece of plastic, and I don't give a shit about it. I never did. I am here to fuck up Patrick Typloosion, and that's it. That's been my goal for a year, to take over the scene, and I'm here to do it. I'm not here for your Amazon belt.
Okay. And Patrick, if you are successful on December 7th and
Which I
then
will.
you get that middleweight strap, what is next, or who is next for you?
So obviously, I know what's next for me, but I don't really give a shit about that because I am focusing on Augustin right in front of me, okay? We know what Augustin's going to do next. He's going to try to convince us that, he doesn't give a shit about this or whatever, but this is the biggest fight of his life, okay? This strap means something to him, and this strap means something to me because there's a legacy behind it. It's about the legacy of small creator boxing. They want to say it's a useless piece of trash. They want to say it's a piece of garbage when in reality it holds legacy and it holds everything that everybody has built throughout this community, including them as well. So to disrespect that, he's definitely going to get the ass whooping.
Bro
But
is
I'm
waffling
going to become the
again.
middleweight champion,
Oh my
and it's
god.
going to be easy. Okay, actually no, it's not going to be completely easy. However, I will get it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's
You
what I'm
know that
saying. You
I'm
try to
not
put
going to
on
be
this
easy though.
facade like I'm some.
You know
You
that
try
I'm
to
not going to be
pretend
easy
like I'm
though.
All
gonna
right,
be your
boys,
hardest
boys.
fight. Like, but you really are fucking doubting me, bro. And it's gonna catch up to you, man.
If you really think I'm doubting
Boys.
you and you really think that that's what's going on, you clearly do not
You just
understand
said it's
my
gonna be easy,
motto
man.
because it
Boys.
is never doubt me, never doubt me, never doubt Typhlosion, which you are doing, my friend, and you will pay for it swimmingly.
All right, boys. We'll get to
Did you
the
copy my
final
same
words, final
line?
remarks. Hey, Augustin. We'll get to the final words and predictions eventually, but I misspoke there. We're going to get to the predictions now. Augustin, what is your prediction for this fight?
Oh God. I feel bad, man. And I know everybody says this, but it's gonna be stopped first or second round. I'm sorry, Pat. Your time's up.
Okay.
It's gonna be
And
either a
Patrick,
stoppage. I honestly, I'll give you this. Wait. I'll give you this. I think it'll be stopped. I don't know if
On an ice cream
I don't know if I can knock him
sandwich.
out. I think I'm gonna fuck him up enough to have the ref step in. I mean, I don't know if Lesnar is gonna be stepping in. Is he gonna be the ref again in his house slippers,
Yo, I got a question for you,
bouncing around the
Augustin.
fucking
I got
ring?
this. Yo, stop. Hold on a second. I just got this from somebody. Listen to this, dude. They're saying some pretty damning shit about you. I'll be sparring, but
You have to make it louder.
way more than that. Whoa. Hold on.
You have to just gotta be louder. I
I'll
can't
play
hear
that
you.
again. Yeah! Augustin
Put it up
Siel,
to the.
$15 on an ice cream sandwich. That's crazy. You never catch me doing that.
I didn't pay $15. I paid 90 for the box. All right, give me fair fucking credit. Okay, 15. What? How would I even get it for the individual one? $90.
What's going on? Why did I just get that? You can continue. I'm sorry.
I was actually wondering what was going on with you.
Did you finish? I was just kind of waiting for you to finish.
Patrick, what is your prediction?
That's what your girlfriend
Either
says.
two things are going
Was-
down in this fight.
Well-
I'm either stopping Augustin in the third or fourth round, or it's going to be a 5-round shutout. I'm saying it clear and I'm saying it fast because we only have 3 minutes left in this shit. I'm making
All
it
right.
easy for you, Augustin, so now you can waffle on and say all this about, like, I'm gonna take the scene. I'm gonna take Pat Typhloosion's crown and I'm gonna be the best.
All right.
His
Boys,
throne
fi-
is mine. His throne
Final-
is mine, and I'm gonna take it. My name is Augustin Siel, and I'm gonna take his throne. I'm gonna take his throne. That's right, yeah. I beat Trey Ingram. That's right. I choked him out like this. That's right, bro.
Final words, boys. Final words.
These
Final words.
fans are rated
You can go
A
ahead,
for
Pat.
Augustin. I'm gonna fuck him up. This is gonna be a fucking incredible fight. I'm gonna fuck him up with my hand.
Yo, I can't believe I'm in a Pat Typlosion clip right now. Actually, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty surreal.
Yo, you
You know,
shut up and talk.
And this is
right
why I
fucking
wanted this
now.
fight. Look, he screamed so loud it broke the audio.
Hold on a
That's
second.
hilarious.
If you lose
Wow.
this fight, you have to shave your beard. Put a name on it right now.
Okay.
What do
Okay.
guys have to do?
So then let's make a bet then. Let's make a bet then. So if I lose, right? You shave my head.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
Augustin's gone. I don't know what happened. The thing disconnected, but we
He's
do
back.
gotta
He's
wrap this
back.
up.
He's back.
Yeah. Start
You gotta hear
again.
what he's
Do that
gotta
whole
say.
do that whole bet thing.
I want to
Do the bet thing. What'd you say? What's yours?
I said you gotta shave your beard. I don't want to shave your beard for you, bro. That's gross. You shave it, and I have to watch you do it.
You have to watch me do it. Like what? Do you enjoy
I don't
that?
want. You're asking me to shave your beard for you, bro. I don't want to do that. I don't want to shave another grown man's beard.
No, you can shave my beard,
Boy.
and Bot 5 can shave my head. All right, but I get to pick the main event for Breakout 06.
If you win,
Yeah, and you have to fight. You have to rematch Trey Ingram. No, I'm
Bet.
joking on the last part, but
bet.
yeah. Wait, oh yeah? All right, cool.
You're not gonna
Bet.
fucking win. You're gonna lose your facial hair. You're gonna look like Dexter. You're gonna look like Hitman
Okay.
007.
All right.
So then I
What's
get
wrong
to
with
I
you?
get to pick the main event then for Breakout 06 if I win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the deal.
Yeah.
Bet.
Augustin Siel, you
Right at-
wiener.
right-
I'm gonna beat you up, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
Right at the end, we have a bet, Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's your co-main event for Breakout 05. Whose Judgment Day will it be? Pat Typloosion's or Augustin Siel's? Stay tuned for information about tickets going on sale soon. But if they're out now, make sure to buy them real soon to see this event in person in Georgia.